It's Friday night and we're live, and it's going to be a great weekend. I think they said it's going to be so hot, everything's going to be on fire. You know, California's on fire, and now overseas is on fire. Everybody's on fire. I guess after they burn everything down, they won't have fires anymore because there won't be anything left to burn. I guess that's a natural fire break. No, it's unfortunate. The fire's burning up a lot of land and making a mess of things out there. Those trees there, that's our carbon dioxide supply. Cutting down on it. We don't have enough as it is with global warming and heat, whatever that other climate change is. Anyway, we're gonna have a good show tonight. We're gonna have fun. It's gonna be a blast. Uh, Jill left me. I don't have her here, so I don't know where she went. She said something about going to a bar, but we'll get by. I'll miss her encouragement tonight. Uh, what is a traveling nurse anyway? Well, we're going to talk about that. We got a special guest nursing our travel bug. They're going to talk to us a little bit about that and give us an idea how to start and what to do and all that good stuff. But first, we got some other stuff to get through, and then we'll get them up here. This week, of course, chew the fat, say hi to everybody, and meet some friends. It looks like there's a few people over there chatting it up already, and that's good. Uh, so I'm ready for a weekend, and I'm ready for this live stream. And Camping Therapy says she loves that intro, and I said, "Well, thank you very much, Doreen. I appreciate that." Moving right along, I got a joke. Of course, I got a joke. William and Paul went to the hospital to deliver their baby. Upon their arrival, the doctor said he had invented a new machine that would transfer portion of the mother's labor pain to the baby's father. The doctor asked if they were willing to try it out. They both agreed that they were very much in favor of it. The doctor set the pain transfer to 10% for starters, explaining that even 10% was probably more pain than the father had ever experienced before. However, as the labor progressed, the father felt fine and asked the doctor, "Go ahead and kick it up a notch." The doctor then adjusted the machine to 20% pain transfer. The husband was still feeling fine. The doctor checked the husband's blood pressure and was amazed that he was doing so good. At this point, they decided to try out 50% labor pain transfer. The husband continued to feel quite well since the pain transfer was obviously helping out the wife. The husband encouraged the doctor to transfer all the pain to him. The wife delivered a healthy baby and virtually no pain. She and her husband were ecstatic. When they got home, they found the mailman dead on the front porch. The father. Uh, the nurse the nurse tells the doctor that there's an invisible man in the waiting room. The doctor replies, "I can't see him." Paul went to the hospital and asked the doc, "Judging by my weight, what's my ideal height?" He says, 20 feet. I'm sorry, I just giggle myself. I love these jokes. Who's over here? Who's in the chat? Let's look over here and see who's in the chat. I want to see who's in the chat. Who is he? Of course, nursing our travel bug. Thank you very much for coming by and you know telling us a little bit about traveling nurses here in a little bit. Uh, of course, Fordman, aka Kenneth Oaks. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Hitch up in tow. He said there's a R&B raid. Okay, there you go. And also, I saw something where there was a New Horizon raid. All these channels raiding. Thank you very much for the raid. I appreciate that. And Hitch Up and Tow, thank you for staying up this early morning or late night, whichever it is. And Rayleigh's Creative Travels, good to see you. And I see Camping Therapy is here. Thank you, Doreen, and thanks for moderating for us. And yeah, the intro, Doreen, I've been working on it. I changed it up a little bit each live stream just to make it different. But it'll all unfold as the live stream goes. It's just a book of information. Art abandonment adventures. Thank you, and thanks for coming by. I sure do appreciate it. Indiana boy, how you doing? No Gus on. I don't know if Susan's here, but no Gus's. Nursing our travel bug. Oh my goodness, I jumped a little bit. Hold on. Roy and Becky's Travels. How y'all doing? And thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Thin Blue Lane RV. How you doing, Bill and Nancy? How you guys doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Fit for Expedition. How are you? It's good to see you too. Avenger RV Adventure. Steve, how are you? It's good to see you. Bill says, oh no, Thin Blue Lane. All right. Well, it catches me up on the chat. I thank you very much. I appreciate everybody taking a little bit of time out of their day and stopping by. I appreciate those raids. Thank you, Roy and Becky and New Horizon. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. I want to run this this video real quick. Pay respects to my members. Thank you so much, members. I appreciate your support, and I hope you enjoyed the members-only live stream that Rowdy One and I had on Wednesday night. If you missed it, it's still over there in the playlist. You can go over there and watch that. It's a hoot. And also, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to offer a new perk for the members. It's going to be a graphic of the month. I'll put it out on the community page, and if you're interested, send me an email, and we'll dress it up and I'll get it out to you. That way you can get some free graphics. Live stream schedule. First Friday in the week in the month is the Workamper live stream, which we're having this Friday, and then Tuesdays are VidLift, and every fourth Tuesday I host a VidLift, and this next VidLift is me. Nope, next VidLift is hold on. Scott, Tuesday night, 8:10. Yeah, I'm getting myself all screwed up. All right, 8:4, I'm going to have VidLift. Yep, that's going to be me, and then I'll be on the road. So I don't know how the live stream schedule is going to go, but I don't know if I can, come off with a live stream while I'm traveling. I usually don't know where I'm going to be, or whether I have electricity or cell signals. So tonight might be the last one I have for a little while, but we'll still plan them, and I'll keep you guys posted, and maybe I'll pop up and do one while I'm on the road. Then the third Friday of every month, we have game night and a giveaway, and it's supposed to be on the 20th, which is when I'm going to hit the road. So we'll kick that down the road probably till September the 24th. Unfortunately, I apologize. But we're going to do Family Feud. I have two teams that are wanting to do it, and those two teams, I'll reach out to you, email you, and we'll coordinate that and make sure that we can get that going. September the 24th, that's the plan. And then our free-for-all will probably be all the way into October the 1st. It seems like the fall is already here. Just went by. All right. VidLift, if you're interested in that, we watch a 1-minute clip submitted by you, 2 per show, 4-person panel, discuss what we like, ideas for options and things that you might want to do next time. We don't know everything. We're just, talking about the things that we would do, and maybe it is for you and maybe it's not, but it's all a learning experience. It's designed for, people that want to get ideas on things that they can do or questions they have. It's really fun for us and we enjoy it. And if you want to come by, you're more than welcome. after we watch the video, we do a short roundtable, some more discussion. And if you'd like to submit a video, the information is scrolling across the bottom down there, vidliftinfo at gmail.com. And the next show will be Scott, Tuesday, 8/10 at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So there, I think. Did I say that wrong, Donovan? All right. Well, look, I'm ahead of myself, and I'm okay with that. Let me look over here in the chat real quick. I don't want to get too far behind. Proceeding onward in America, POA. How are you? It's good to see you, fellow work campers. It's about time now. Brad and Diane, how are you? It's good to see you too. Thanks so much for coming by. And Dreaming Out Loud RVing. That's Paul. I don't know if Paul was here for his labor joke, but I don't know. It was pretty funny for me. Paul works in one of these rooms like this back here, so he knows what I'm talking about. Said it makes him want to turn his head and cough. Okay, let me see. All right. Okay. Desert Adventure in Arizona. Steve, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Hope you're nice and toasty warm out there, and you're not having fires, I hope. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get our guest in here, and we can start talking a little bit about something everybody's here to listen to. Hold on. I'm cooking up some of that Bill Gates fungi, plant-based, meatless something another meat. It's meatless spam. I don't know how they do it, but it's supposed to be good. Don't tell Steve, but I marinated it in Jack Daniels. It's going to be really good. Make a sandwich out of that, put a little mayonnaise, some cheese on top. Oh my goodness, that's going to be good. I fixed it up for him for lunch, but don't tell him. I told him I wasn't going to give him any. There they are. Tonight we have the privilege of speaking with Nursing Our Travel Bug.
Well, hello there.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
You caught us watching your YouTube show. Imagine that. It's a very entertaining show. We didn't want to stop watching.
No, you have important stuff to talk about.
Okay, we're ready.
Well, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Tell us about your channel. What do you guys do?
Well, for the last 5 years, I have been working as a travel nurse.
Now, I always say I'm lucky enough to tag along with her. We have 2 kids and a little dog that comes along with us as well.
Yep. We travel in our 5th wheel RV. We've been on the road for 4 years now. And on our YouTube channel, we share travel nursing adventures, family adventures, and RV maintenance and how-to.
Outstanding. So mostly, are you like in a certain region in the United States? You travel all around. I know you've been to Mayberry.
Yes, sir. We can go in actually all 50 states, although Alaska and Hawaii would be challenging with the RV.
So tell me about what is a travel nurse? What is that? What do you do?
So travel nursing does everything that, your regular hospital nurse does. Over the last probably 20, 30 years, they've had more of a demand for travel nurses. And basically what we do is we come into a hospital and hit the ground running, whether they are having an expansion or they had a bunch of employees leave or move on to like other units in the hospital. They hire these nurses, usually 3 months at a time. And we come in and we fill in the gaps until they get people hired and trained.
Right. So probably been a lot of opportunities while COVID's been going on.
Oh my gosh, yes. With COVID numbers on the rise, there have been a plethora of opportunities and a lot higher pay that goes along with it.
Yeah. Now, I'd assume that you're a registered nurse, right?
Correct.
So I mean, some nurses have specialties, or how does that work? Or are you just like a general registered nurse duties type stuff?
Well, as a registered nurse, you can specialize and you can get certifications in those individual specialties. I was always kind of bored in traditional nursing, so I bounced around in different units. So I can
Uh-huh.
do everything from ICU all the way down to regular med surge. I just work with adults. I don't work with babies or kids.
So I don't know. It sounds awesome to me that you can travel. I mean, everybody's looking for that thing that they can do it allows them to travel. And I think traveling nurses. I've met a few. I've talked to a few, but really intrigues me. Now, do you what's the requirements to start? You got to be a registered nurse.
Mm-hmm.
License.
You have to be licensed in the state that you plan to work.
Yeah.
Because we reside in the state of Texas. That is part of what we call a compact state. So 37 out of the 50 states recognize your license in whatever state you register with. But I have worked in states where you have to get licensed, and it's usually a very easy process unless it's California, because California makes everything complicated.
Yeah, don't get me started. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So 37 states. That's awesome. And I read something. They said even with some of the COVID, people or hospitals needing help, they also waived license. Not license that the license wasn't for their state or something like that.
Yeah. A lot of states made kind of this contingency plan, or this contingency on your license, where if you were licensed anywhere in the United States, they would let you come and work in their facility.
Right. And how many hours do you work a week? Do you work a full 40, or does it vary? Or
so most of the hospitals are 3 12-hour shifts, so 36 hours a week. But if you work like the OR, they typically do 4 10s. If you work in California, then you will work 5 8-hour shifts a week, so you'll get your 40 hours.
okay,
So it can vary.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's not bad. I mean, it depends. Could you work less, or that's pretty much how? Or could you negotiate that, or how does that work?
They are pretty much 36-hour minimum. They're usually all full time. I haven't seen any that are like 2 days a week, or what we call PRN status. When they are looking at travel nurses, because they're so expensive, they want them to work as many hours as possible.
Right. What compensations do you get? Like, do you get travel pay or bonuses, free housing?
So there is a caveat with the tax-free money. You do get tax-free stipends, is what they're called, to cover housing expenses, food, and incidentals. But the caveat is that you have to be duplicating expenses. So we pay money to my brother for use of his property. That's our address in Texas. And then we do qualify so that we can pay for our RV and for our lot rent. But if you choose not to go that route, or if you don't have another property and you just live on the road, then they will tax 100% of your earnings. But of course, you earn a much higher pay rate per hour.
Right. So you still sort of get an allowance for living quarters.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's nice. That's almost like work camping at a campground.
It's better.
Yeah. Actually, it is. Now, do you get like any what do they call it? Anything for food or travel?
So the way they work it in now, like back in the day, you used to have receipts for like all of your food and your lodging and everything, but it was really complicated. So the government just kind of wrote it in as they average like what the cost of living is for a certain city in a certain state. And they say, okay, any traveling worker, it's not just traveling nurses, but any traveling worker, this is the maximum that you can get paid. And most agencies pay you like 75% of that money. And that's tax-free. You don't have to save your receipts. You just spend it for your living expenses.
Right. Well, I don't know. I might want to do it. Now, are there other positions that are filled similar to that? Like in the emergency room or anything like that.
Yeah. Any branch of nursing you can think of, you can be a travel nurse. They even
Right.
have traveling CNAs. They have what we call traveling allied health. So if you're a speech therapist, occupational therapist, physical therapist, or physician, anything in the medical field, really, you can do travel contracts.
If someone wanted to start, except for, if they're a registered nurse, if they wanted to start, what would they do? How do they start?
Research is key. There are literally hundreds of travel nurse companies out there. And just as soon as you give them your name, your phone number, and your email, you get bombarded. I don't know if they talk to each other or they sell your information, but you'll get calls and texts and emails day and night. So I always tell folks, research and narrow down like your 5 favorite travel companies before you reach out and start talking to them.
So the travel company that you work for, what do you get from them? How does that work? Do they give you the job?
I work with 2 different agencies. In the beginning, we had to stick with one agency because we were also using their healthcare benefits. And when you cut a contract, you only get those benefits for a short period of time. So we'd have to do back-to-back contracts. Now that we have found outside health insurance, we can utilize other travel companies. So I work for Arias Medical and Atlas Med Staff. And the reason why I stick with those companies is they may not have the highest pay that's out there, but they have really great relationships with their hospitals. And in this industry, that's huge because you could go to assignment. It could be absolutely terrible. They give you the worst patients. They give you the heaviest loads. They just kind of throw you into the fire and you sink or swim.
Okay.
But with these agencies, because they have good relationships with their hospitals, they're traveler friendly, you feel like you're part of the team and you're not put in situations where your license could be jeopardized or where you just don't have that job satisfaction and you leave the contract.
Yeah. That was a question I wanted to ask you. Now, I was in manufacturing. I worked with a lot of temporary employees. And the regular employees didn't really treat them the best. It's like they were substitutes. So they weren't like everybody else. Do you find that? I guess, like you were saying, with maybe hospitals that don't have a good relationship with their recruiter like that?
Right. So I've heard of a lot of nurses, especially like on Facebook and like all of the different forums. I've heard the horror stories. I've been very fortunate. I've been received very positively. I've been welcomed as part of the team. And honestly, most of these hospitals and most of these units, the nurses are tired. They're working mandatory overtime. They're burnt out. So they are so happy to have help. They don't care that you don't necessarily work for the hospital. They know travel nurses make more money, but that's almost a taboo subject. Like, you don't talk change because you don't want that resentment to be there.
Right. I did read that travel nurses made a little bit more because it's different. It's a different situation. Dreaming Out Loud, he works in a hospital. I think he works in an emergency room. He says, what criteria did you use to choose the travel company you use?
So I always have like a list of questions that I ask the various companies. One of them I ask is, what do they reimburse? Will they reimburse for any licenses I have to apply for? Will they reimburse for any certifications? Like, you have to get your CPR or your BLS certification. There's all different kinds that can get quite expensive. So I ask if they pay for that. I'll ask for benefits. Not all agencies offer benefits, and a lot of them are very expensive. I ask about PTO, which is almost unheard of in this industry.
Right.
And then like how their contracts are written. Are you guaranteed hours? If a hospital cuts off a contract, do you get any kind of compensation for any length of time? Various things like that.
Yeah. So do you agree to a term of like so many months or something?
Yes, most contracts are for 13 weeks or 3 months.
Okay.
You can get the varying contract that's like maybe 8 weeks at a time or 26 weeks, but those are pretty rare.
Yeah, 3 weeks or 3 months. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a chance to see everything and, get to change again.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
usually about that 2-month mark. You're getting to know folks, and then they reel you into all of like the nonsense and like the bureaucratic stuff. So you're like, okay, it's about time to go.
All right. Hold on a second. Where's he at? Hold on. Dreaming Out Loud has another question. What's he say here? Is it difficult to maintain CEUs, education?
No, not really. So you can get CEUs actually by like all of the orientation stuff, because every hospital has virtually all of the same orientation. And they go over a lot of the same compliance things that get you continuing education points. But there's also various like websites and things that you can subscribe to where you can take education pieces online so that you get your 20 hours every year for your license.
I don't know. To me, it sounds awesome. I think it's a really sweet deal for you guys.
We like it.
Pros or cons?
The pros, at least for me, is one, you get to travel, obviously. You make more money than at the standard hospital. But for me, it's the fact that I don't have to worry about reporting to my boss, having someone look over my shoulder. You don't have to worry about all the office politics, the bureaucratic tape. You go in, you do your job, and you get to go home. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, the cons, there's cons. Not everybody can do this kind of job. Not everybody can jump in and hit the ground running, because you're essentially starting a new job with new coworkers every 3 months. So you have to learn a new charting system. And even if it's something you've used before, everybody tweaks theirs a little differently.
Right.
And it's very fast paced. Sometimes you get 3 days of orientation and that's it. Then you're on your own and you figure it out. So that can be a little difficult for some people.
Yeah. I can imagine, just the stress of starting a job, let alone starting one every 3 months.
Exactly.
So, it's nice though. It's good. Anything else about traveling nurses that you'd like to share? And then we're going to talk about KOA.
My biggest thing is, if you are thinking about it, do it. Do one contract. I'll even talk to a lot of families and they're like, well, I don't know. The kids have school, we have our lives. I don't know if I can do it. And my advice is, take a leave of absence from work. You can take up to 3 months, which is the perfect time for a contract. Go when the kids are out of school for the summer and pick one place you've always wanted to go. Hawaii, Alaska, Florida, something on your bucket list you never dreamed possible, and just do it.
Awesome. All right. Tell me about KOA. You guys worked at KOA.
KOA, man, we were excited. I watched shows like Steve Turtle, Proceeding Onward in America. They're like, oh, this work camping thing.
Yeah, it's great.
Of course,
right?
Yeah, of course, sitting at home, I don't know, everyone says it's a guy thing where you feel like you have to do something. I need to contribute. I need to figure out a way to help this hardworking lady. So I'm like, well, what can I do? And maybe I can at least earn us a free spot somewhere and a little bit of spending money. So this last time, we knew we wanted to go to Colorado Springs. And I think we just cold called them. Mm-hmm. It was just like, because we called to ask about their monthly spots, and we found out that was too rich for our blood. And then I just happened to say, hey, do you do work camping? And they're like, oh, yeah. So we just kind of got right in on that. And
good.
it was our first official work camping experience at a RV park. We've done Corps of Engineers before.
Mhm.
That's just
Wow.
volunteering, picking up trash and locking the gate. There wasn't too much involved with that, but
Oh, I didn't know you did Corps of Engineer.
yeah, in Waco, Texas.
Yep.
We were
Okay.
there, I think, 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a cake job.
Yeah.
Are they all like this? No bathrooms?
They're good jobs. They don't pay money, but they're good for a place to stay.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Bill, what'd you do at a KOA? Did you mow grass, weed eat, or just guide people?
I
to
was-
the sites?
I was part of the maintenance team. I fooled them. They thought I was handy. No, actually, I told them in the interview, said we used to own a house, so kind of the jack of all trades, master
Yeah.
of none
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, if it's really something that you want me to try to tackle, I'll watch a YouTube video, but I can drive a screw and do a loose board, or I can, and it was escorting people to their site, delivering
Right.
firewood.
Right.
They would say, hey, the electricity doesn't work in site 102, and I'd go make the people laugh about it, and I can't fix it, but I'll tell them the boss will be by the next day and maybe give them a 50 to 30 adapter for the night, or,
Yeah. No, that's great. I like the attitude. You'll pick it up as you go.
Yep.
right.
Nothing wrong with that. That's a great way. And, a lot of times you'll find another work camper that has some experience, and, he'll help you out, show you a few things.
Right. Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. If you've maintained a house, you pretty much start.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I would say I'm an expert at reinstalling window ACs, because we did a lot of that.
Yeah. I've done a few of those.
Yeah.
So you guys are work campers. Even as a traveling nurse, I think you still fit the bill as a work camper, because you live in your RV and you're doing something where you're making money. So
Absolutely.
that's pretty much it. I mean, there's different kinds and different jobs. And so you guys are fellow work campers too.
Yes. Well, ironically, with this contract, he volunteered my services and said that I could assist. So I did jump in just for some
Yeah.
experience. So
Yeah.
I trained doing the front desk,
Oh,
and
okay.
I trained doing laundry and housekeeping.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, I work hard as a nurse, but those folks, they're nonstop work hard. That's not a position I want. Nope. If I'm
Yeah.
work camping, put me at the front desk. I do not want housekeeping or laundry.
No, housekeeping's busy.
Mhm.
Front desk is good. And you've got all the
Absolutely.
skills. You've got all the skills that you need for a front desk.
For sure.
Communication, computer, stuff like that.
Yep.
All right. Well, you got any parting words?
It's been an honor
Absolutely.
to be on the grandest show on the stage.
Oh, hush.
Absolutely.
And Bill, you're a contributor even before you worked at a KOA, because you're home with the children, and I'm sure you have dinner ready when she comes home.
You
You
did.
got, a spread with the candles and the wine glasses. And
Something like that. Lunch is packed at least. Clean scrubs for when she needs to work.
Yes.
yeah. I'm sure you do your part.
Yeah. He's a
Right.
good partner.
Yeah.
For sure.
yeah. I'm sure. Otherwise, you'd have kicked him out.
It's definitely not my looks. I can tell you that.
All right. Well, let me get you out of here. I'm going to talk a little bit about some work camping, and then we're going to, tell some jokes and some other stuff. But I really do appreciate getting you on here. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I'm glad we made it work out. And also, where on your channel, where is a place that somebody, if they were interested in traveling nurses, where would they go? You got a playlist?
We do. We do have a travel nurse playlist, and we have lots of ideas for more videos to come. So be
Yep.
sure to stay tuned.
Yeah.
Or if you're looking into it, there is a travel nurse families Facebook group as well.
Ah,
Not everybody there is already a travel nurse. Some are just kind of looking into it.
And that's a great place to answer, ask questions and
Right.
find out information too.
Definitely. And families doesn't mean kids. It could just be a spouse or a partner too.
Yeah. I'm thinking Paul's going to be a traveling nurse.
Right on. Hit me up, Paul.
Yep, 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 yep. And also, and on your playlist, I think you have reviews of hospital jobs too.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yep,
sir.
I thought those were awesome. That's a good idea. You know,
Thank
it lets
you.
people, it gives people a straightforward view of the hospital opposed to somebody else, you know, from the hospital telling you all about it.
Absolutely. And I try to be as honest as possible. Not
Sure.
all of the reviews are positive.
Oh, I know. I heard the one. I was like, yeah, you go, girl. Tell them. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. You have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the YouTubes.
Thanks,
Excellent.
Steve. We appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye.
Have you
Bye.
ever been in one of those campgrounds that has a talking toilet? I guess it's something new. I walked in, opened the stall door, and hey there, sexy. Close the door. Drop your pants and sit on me.
I don't know where that came from. That wasn't supposed to be played. That was I wasn't playing. Sorry about that. I want to look in the chat real quick. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on when I was slow momentum. How you doing, slow mo? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I thought I saw Box Fan D. Thank you very much for coming by, young lady. I sure do appreciate it and hope you're doing all right. Midlife Journey is here. How y'all doing? I hope you guys ain't working too hard. Charlie Porch, thank you for coming by. I see here that you're happy to be retired, and I can understand that. I really do. Dreaming Out Loud says, give Bill a big shout out for being a supportive husband. Well, you know, it does require a supportive husband to get in there and, you know, help out when wife was working all the time. All right, who else I miss? Anybody? Bill, Charlie, Slow Mo, Box Fan D. I think I got you guys. Proceeding Onward in America, POA, Becky, and Fabian, and I forget their dog's name. All right, I think I'm caught up. Here we go. Workamping jobs. You know, I recommend 5 websites for workamping jobs. That's workamper.com. That is Workamper News, and they provide you a hotline jobs. They'll send you emails and tell you all the jobs that are available, and you can go through there and you can select them. They also have the ability that you can post a resume so that everybody can see you and come calling for you and ask you to come work for them. I had a girl down in Mission, Texas, call me up the other day, wanted to know if I'd come out. And I told her I'd already secured a winter job, but I'd keep her in mind because that's all the way down, almost into Mexico. I mean, you're slap dab almost into Brownsville. And that should be pretty warm, or at least hopefully you'd be warm. But hotline jobs, I looked at that yesterday, and they had 95 ads as of the last 14 days. And that's not a lot of jobs, but that's just, you know, Workamper News. Also, I recommend Workamping Jobs, which is a free website, and they had 118 ads submitted in the last 30 days. 50 were full hookups with pay. So your full hookups paid, and plus you get hours, which I think is awesome. So Texas led with 12 job opportunities, followed by California with 10. And that's workamper.com and workamపింgjobs.com. And those are 2 good websites. Workamper News, of course, you got to have a membership, and Workamping Jobs, it's free. You go in there, you look at all these jobs, and there is, where was that? Oh, that's something else. Never mind. I got ahead of myself. The last time we looked at these jobs, there were about 235 jobs posted on these 2 websites. This week, we're down to about 223, down by 12. The highest of the year so far this year was 406. And I think we're in between where most people have secured their winter job. And I think the jobs will slack up and probably pick back up the first of the year. Now, my third website for finding Workamping jobs is Workamper Facebook. It's 56.1 thousand people that go over there and call themselves members to the Workampers Facebook group. And people are posting jobs all the time. Now, this particular job is sort of struck me funny because it's sort of different. Hello, is there anyone out there that would be interested in managing and remodeling a small motel in southeast Wyoming? And I love that kind of stuff. I'd love to do this, but again, I'm already spoken for. Experienced owner has already done this and is crazy enough to do it again. I just thought that'd be a hoot. This guy might be fun to work with. You wouldn't be the only staff, so a nice even workload and a hands-on boss owner that knows what they're doing. So this guy is, long story short, he's got a thing set up already. He's starting another one in another state. Let's see. Let me know. My current property is southern Utah. I have a small motel and I also do RV rentals. And I'd like to replicate this same setup in a new place. That's the one in southeast Wyoming. You'd have a full hookup or an option to have an on-site apartment. And it doesn't say anything about pay, but he didn't mention it. Might be some. And if I wasn't doing anything, I would give him a call and talk to him just so I can talk to him because he sounds like a hoot. But something different. And that was WorkAmper's Facebook group. You do have to join it. It doesn't cost you any money. I think you got to ask 3 questions. It's a pretty good group. They have a lot of question and answer stuff. And like I said, they do post a lot of jobs. The next one is Workamping in the USA Facebook group. Again, it's a little bit smaller group, but it's also a really good group. They post jobs there and have some good question and answers as well. And then the 5th one is volunteer.gov. Now, volunteer.gov, you ain't going to get paid because it's a volunteer job. But if you go in there, they got a really good search engine. You can search by state. You can search by state park, or you can search by Corps of Engineer, National Park, whatever. But the thing that if you've got an RV and you want a place to stay, you got to make sure in the search criteria that you select RV pad. Otherwise, you'll get jobs that don't necessarily have that or may not have that. But there was 452 opportunities for camp hosts, trail maintenance, deer surveyors, and working in visitor centers, and a whole host of other ones. Fish hatcheries, it's the Department of Fish and Wildlife, Corps of Engineer, National Parks, National Forest Service. So all of those agencies is in volunteer.gov, and it's a really good opportunity, get over there. But anyway, 452 jobs. Camp host, I already said that. Urgent camp host, August 1st to September 30th. Location, Zion National Park in Utah. I'm talking too much. I need to get back to the live stream. I thought that was awesome. Zion National Park. So if you want a camp host job between August 1st and September 30th, give them a call. You have to go over there to volunteer.gov and type it in there. All right. All those links are down below in the description area. So if you want to go down there, you're looking for a job, you can click on it and get on over there and do that. I think I missed Lucky Dog Production Moderator. Sue, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. I sure do appreciate it. Hope you're not burning up down there in Florida. I'm going to be down there. I don't know where you guys are at. I think you're further down than where I'm going. I'm going to the Panhandle, but maybe I can maybe work out something. We check you guys out. Come by for a visit. All right. Let me see. I got something else going on. What do I got going on? Oh, I know. Hold on. Here it is. I got a friend. He's going to come by. He's going to say hi. Where's he at? Hold on. Here it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was just outstanding. Woo! Oh, you're muted, honey. Hold on.
Oh, what was with the dress? My goodness.
What? I didn't see it. What? Hold on.
Yeah, whatever.
Should I play it?
Yeah, go ahead. I can't be embarrassed more than, well, never.
I was spreading the love. So how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little nervous. I've never done jokes with you.
Oh my goodness, it's funny.
I just make fun of you, so I don't know if that's the same thing.
Yes, it's a joke. Oh, I figured it was appropriate, since Nursing Our Travel Bug was the guest, that I'd keep most of my jokes, like nursing stuff.
Oh.
I got StreamBot over here, Stream Elements. It's posting response message. I think I turned that on. Yeah, I think I turned that on accidentally.
All right, we'll have to work on that again, Steve.
More training.
More training. Yeah, we'll do more training.
Well, listen, I want to tell a joke. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm telling you one last time, a doctor yells at the nurse, when you're filing a death certificate, you put the name of the illness under cause of death, not the name of the supervising physician. Hey, I don't know. My staff gave me these jokes. I don't know.
No way Jill gave you those jokes.
No, normally I'll read them to her, and she goes, "No, don't use that one."
I'm already starting to feel this. I feel your pain.
Oh my, what is this over here? Hold on. What is that?
Uh-oh.
Did you see that?
No.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Hold on, here it is.
Oh man, the dress looked good on me.
Yeah, I apologize. Go ahead. Tell me
I'll
a
do a
joke.
lot to make somebody laugh. If you want me to wear that at Mayberry, I'll do it.
Hey, we are the only two guys that took off our clothes in the shower.
Yes.
I mean, and videoed it.
No, yeah. Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Hey, you remember when we were having dinner and I asked you whether worms tasted nice, and you told me not to discuss things like this when we're eating. I said, okay, fine. And after dinner, you asked me why I asked such a question. And I told you, Steve, I think worms taste okay because there was one in your noodles and you didn't complain about it.
You should have told me about it.
No, I tried, but then you chastised me for it.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
This is how you are. You got to be self-aware.
Yeah, I agree. So the nurse hands a man a newborn and says, "I'm sorry, but your wife didn't make it." He responds, "Well, give me the one that she did make."
Oh, man, you were about to make me cry. That was a terrible joke, but it did make me laugh too. So that's good. That was a roller coaster joke. That took us two places.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was. I apologize.
Do you remember the time you took me to the barber shop and you told the barber to give me a haircut, and then while you shopped for groceries nearby?
Yeah.
So the barber finished giving me a head shave, right? Because
yes.
I mean, for you, that's a haircut.
Yes.
And then an hour passed, 2 hours passed, no sign of Steve. Can't figure out where he went. And the barber asked me, "Where's your dad at?" I said, "No, that wasn't my dad. He just told me if I wanted to get a free haircut to follow him to the barber shop."
I did have that.
What's that?
Rowdy One came over to visit me when I was in Millbridge.
All right.
We were sitting by the fire one night. It was myself, Rowdy One, and our wives. And this guy walks by, and he's about half tipsy, but he comes over, invites himself to our fire, and sits down and says, "Hey, how y'all doing?" and started talking to us. And then the guy looks at Rowdy One and says, or looks at me and says, "Is that your dad?" So I call Rowdy One Pops.
Oh, is that what you did?
Yeah, and he's not here. That works better when he's here.
Well, I think it's funny how some of the stories I tell, you're my dad or you're older than me, and then sometimes we're in class together.
Yeah. Who's in class together?
You and I, we had class together.
How's that?
Well, like that one time when we were when we were at school, and you came over and you said, "Hey, I learned in my home ec class a new diet, and I'm going to start doing that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, Steve. What is it?" And you go, "Oh, you'll see." And then later that day, I seen you eating your homework, and I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing? Don't do that." And you go, "I was just trying to see how it tasted because my teacher said that the homework would be a piece of cake for me." And you take things too literally, Steve. You constantly take things.
I know it. I have that problem a lot. A patient overhears the doctor yelling, measles, mumps, rubella, polio, COVID. He asks the nurse, "What's going on?" The nurse replies, "Oh, he just likes calling all the shots around here."
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one. I may have to use that. I probably won't give you credit.
I stole it from somebody else. Oh, listen. Here's another listen.
Okay.
I remember when my wife was in labor and the nurse came in and said, "How about epidural anesthesia?" And I said, "That's a great idea, but no thanks. We already picked out a name."
You know, when I was in class and your teachers told you that you would never amount to anything since you procrastinate so much, I just started laughing, right? Especially when you replied, "Just you wait."
Oh no, what is that? What is that behind you?
That's a TFC glitch. Like sometimes David will pop into the screen and disappear.
Oh, I thought
it's like this.
Yeah. I thought if I type 222 in there, I get like $2.22.
No, that would be a McGuire. That would be a McGuire glitch. Yes, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I assume you guys you let him in your camper?
We sprayed first.
You know, you tell a lot of jokes about you and I in school.
Yes.
You're assuming I went to school.
No, you did. You went to school with me when I tell the joke.
Yes. You know, I was voted in my senior class, my senior year, I was voted most likely to succeed. I did. I ended up down at the feed store. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah. Sacking seeds.
Sacking seeds.
Sacking seeds.
Went for a COVID test, and the nurse asked me, have you had a sudden loss of taste? I said, "No, I've always dressed like this." All right, that's all my jokes.
Okay. Good job, Steve.
Thanks for coming by. I sure do appreciate it. I wish I was up there with you guys. Yeah, you guys.
All right, we love you.
And safe travels. I'll catch up to you. Bye. Well, I tell you what, it's been a great night. I sure did have a good time. I told some corny jokes. Had a great interview with nursing our travel bug, Bill and Natasha. They're great people. I met them when I was out in Texas. Drove up to their house and acted goofy all over their camper with Texas Family Camping and some other knuckleheads. I think one of them was William from Camper Life. William got drunk. I had to drive him home. And he picked me up. But yeah, I appreciate that interview. I had a good time. And then I had close out the show with Donovan. He told a few jokes, and I don't know where he comes up with these jokes. I don't remember any of that stuff, but I'm old. So, you know, we did go to different schools together. about the same time. Dreaming Out Loud said seed sucker. No, succeed at a feed store. Massey Ferguson hat. But I've got tall back in my mouth. I was old country boy. He says, don't go. Yeah, you missed our live stream. We had a hoot. It was Rowdy One and myself. We had a good time, Paul. You should have been there. It was fun. I don't know if you should go back and watch it, though. We were actually, like two boys talking. Fordman, a.k.a. Kenneth Oates. I know you've been around for the whole live stream, and I sure do appreciate you coming by. I think it's really great. I was talking to Doreen about you the other day, and she said you're a great guy. I sure do appreciate that. Yeah, that was a good time. Good food, too. William tore it up. I think he had like 4 plates. Man, he could eat. William is here with us. No, he ain't. He's down south of D.C. somewhere. Fat Mad Adventures. How you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate that. American Wanderer. And I know Slow Momentum was in here for a little while. Kay Schaefer, what? How you doing, girl? How's them youngins doing? Bella and what's that other one? Lorelei and Margaret. How y'all doing? It's good to see you. I guess Cole's there too. That's my family. That's my girls. Charlie Porch. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate you coming by. Have a good night. I guess I'm supposed to sign off in this thing. Paul from Dreaming Out Loud said Williams is in his van, passed out. Well, I wouldn't put that off. I mean, I'm pretty sure. Hitch up and tow. Mark, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I know it's past your bedtime, but I sure do appreciate it. We had a good time tonight. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Jill and I, we're going to be really busy the next couple weeks. We're going to get down to the panhandle of Florida to start a new job, and hopefully I can get some good content out, talk about that job and some other things. Like I said, I'll try to get some videos out this week or as I go along, and maybe I'll try a live on the road. I don't know. Also, members, I'll put that graphic in the community page. If you're interested, just let me know. I'll put all the details in the on the community page. And I just thought that'd be another way that I could, help everybody out that are, creators. All right. I don't even know where that came from. I better get out of here. I'm acting goofy. If you like this story or this live stream, click like down below and smash that subscribe button if you'd like to hear more stories like this one. I do videos and live streams and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'll try to put out a schedule on the community page so that you can keep up, because I can't keep up. And go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed. I sure do like subscribers. They're fun. And come by the live streams. It's always a hoot. We have a good time in the chat and also on the screen. Free for alls. You can get up on the chat with me, up on the screen with me, and talk a little bit. Anyway, until later, thanks for your time. Bye.